welcome back to Let's Play Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Yeah. Assassin's Creed 4, it's happening again and stuff, and yeah. I already streamed today, I think about an hour and a half. Right. Let me check. Boom. Oh, right. No, we made this one golden, didn't we? Yeah, my Grand Canyon golden. Nice. Now we have this. And I know, I'm running into the side missions. But I'm not really into the main missions today. So we are still going to do few side quests, since we made Grand Cayman last time, and we have the hiding armor now. Let's go to Cayman's Hand. And I'm gonna tell you precisely how long I streamed already today. So, over 2 hours then. Alright. So we're going to use the hiding armor on missions where we need it. But since we have acquired a few new appearances or outfits, Alexios outfit, Arnaud Dorian, Bayek, Captain Keith, Jacob Fried, Jay Cormac, Edward Kenway Explorer, Captain Drake's outfit, Feline Pelt. Alright. For this one, Feline Pelt would work the best, I think. For the mission we have to do here. So we're going to use this. We're always equipping the one that fits the best or works the best for the mission or stuff, you know. Boom.
Dort in himself.
So now swords and yeah, that's the proper hunting equipment. Hello there, the Taino assassin, Opia Apito, Templar hunt. Let's go.
Opia? Oh, easy, milady. Just thought you might like some help.
Why? What is your real motive?
Your name was on a map. You may have sold it to a nest of Templars in error. We all make mistakes.
Oh, typical. Twist a Templar blade to our back to play safer to our face.
Look, I'll level with you, lass. I'm also looking for a key. I figure I help you. You let me keep the key if it turns up. Right. You're offended. I'll go.
We will challenge you to a hunting contest. Gather more skins than us, and you win.
Easy. Let's go.
There's a weird thing where she says us instead of me. But come on.
That was just luck.
Yeah, just luck. Don't go on my nerves, lady. I already see the help.
That's not fair.
Yeah, she kind of does that. I remember that. So yeah, this is a pretty straightforward mission. Basically, you can't lose. If, you know, these things keep popping up. Like that one. Hello. Come on. Come on. Come on, already in beach.
You will never win.
Wait, we can't. Why can't we skin it? What a waste
More
of
for you,
bullets.
but I'm not worried.
Sleep Dorts. I believe I can beat you because I am the superior hunter compared to you. So, oh. Hello there. So I then kill the jaguar. See, that is why we can't lose, because of the jaguar. Oh, easy. I thought he attacked us.
The white jaguar. A fine catch. You have more than proven yourself. We accept your help.
With what?
Look,
Frigate. Why? Is there anything out there but fish?
no. Those are your Templars. You have a ship and a paleface, vessel and passport. Meet us at Gran Cayman to help us investigate.
So Grand Cayman is on the other side of the island, obviously. Right, we should skin the white jaguar. Because, you know, it's pretty rare. And it's kind of helpful to have pretty rare stuff on us. There. Yeah. So I wanted to stream a bit more often in a few more games, but it seems that that's not gonna happen. At least sooner or later. Because of the space I have on my hard drive. So, you know, I record the streams too, so that I can later use the high quality version of all of this to plan. Wait, we haven't bought everything we have a plan for, right? Plan. Alright, no. So it seems we have to dive a bit after we made the mission at the Grand Cayman. So wait, stealth outfit. That is, it has a completely other name in the German version, which is why I overlooked it. But yeah,
Captain's home.
you know, and all the pre-recorded stuff I have on the hard drive, it just makes it so full. Which is why I can't stream that much. It's really, I don't like it, but I accept it. You know, that sort of thing. That's better. Hello, Opia.
Opia. And how are we today?
Surprised. We did not think you would keep your word. Tell us, why do you expect to find your magic key here?
It holds an irresistible attraction to Templars, if that is who bought these ships.
We don't know what the Templars could want here. These people lead simple fishing lives.
Or perhaps not so simple. I'll go and have a mingle, see what we can find out.
You see the thing that what does with we? Yeah. Just the Queen does it in a few other sorts of media that the Queen of England. So. Alright, we're supposed to eavesdrop. That's why I have the that outfit.
Your old catch? You must have made a fortune.
I did. But you know, this is exactly why they call me the King of Fishermen.
Who calls you that?
Oh, don't be jealous.
Jealous? I'm not jealous.
I'll show you the bill of sale if you like. Senorita Marquez's right-hand man, Vargas, signed it himself. She's using his home as her headquarters. I even met her there when I delivered the fish.
You see, Alvin is practically nobility now.
A noble fisherman, indeed.
Alright, we're supposed to steal the ledger.
You presume too much, sir. Too much good cheer.
Now, let's just walk fast to him. I'm just a dude in a weird outfit walking by. Don't mind me. Oh, that was a mission up.
Be that.
Right, I think we can complete the Templar hunt today. So they're all a bit sneaky, these missions, which is why I still use the outfit.
Were you successful?
I kept overhearing this name. Marquez. Friend of yours?
Her name matches that of the man who destroyed our village. We fought and lost, but the leader did not live to enjoy his victory.
You think this woman is related?
If she is, we are not safe.
The bill of sale we stole gives the address of a man in her employ. Vargas.
I saw. I know where it is.
Let's pay the bait boy a visit. Find out what he knows.
Follow us.
Right then,
You
well,
must try to understand what it is at stake.
I've got some idea.
No, it's more than your key. There are those who say that Aino are already extinct. We will never be extinguished. Our fight continues. Here it is. The home of Vargas. Hide. We'll use the element of surprise to our advantage. Get out of sight. Hola.
State your business.
I hope for an audience with Señorita Marquez. Chase him.
right then, we're gonna chase him. Right, all I have to do is to get in range for us to shoot,
Well done.
I forgot that. Right, that ain't saying anything. So I really have to restation the microphone, by the way, so you don't always hear when I push something on the keyboard. For the PC games where I play with mouse and keyboard.
He's getting away!
Yeah. Dude, that ship has no chance against me. The Jackdaw is a far superior ship.
We're ready, sir! Fire! Pilot hostages! We're ready, sir!
We need the man of the ship intact. If he drowns, we'll lose Marquez. We've got him. Board his ship. Board him and let him talk. What are you waiting for? Board him.
Bye bye, Vargas.
Out with it, lad. Where's Marquez? Why is she here?
She's already left for Juventude. Find her there if you must. Her army will teach you a lesson.
Juventud is the island of our enemies. If Lucia Marquez has gone there, it is certain we are her
How
target.
many enemies do you have?
When you're hunted, it sometimes seems that every stranger is an enemy. On Juventud, we have been at truce since the death of the first Marquez, but this woman could reignite our dispute if her price is high enough.
Ah, can't have that.
I take this ship. Meet me there if you still want your key.
Right, we're gonna go to Juventud, wherever that is. Alright, so where the hell is Juventud? Missions, there. The trail. It is on Pino Isle. There we go. Alright, so I think there's not gonna be any diving today. But we're gonna do that tomorrow, so yeah. The next few things are all gonna be side quests. We're going to do a buttload of side quests. We say so, and we know so. And then we'll do a buttload of story. Just I want to do the story in a rush, you know, so that we get the entire story.
We can board and take her!
Alright then.
Douse the gallants and royals!
There's a chest, an uncharted one. That we can take with us, so we're gonna do it. Yeah, I just really have to get started on Pokemon Soul Silver. But just that my artist has so much to do, so she can't complete the painting. Background painting, it's so annoying. What the university does, it's annoying. I'm really thankful for my courses. Most of them really are working good. The math course, not so much. I feel pretty...
Captain has the helm. Loose and catch the...
Pretty... Yeah. I don't know what the right word is. I want to say betrayed, but that's not capturing it. I feel like the math department hasn't understand what modern... Yeah. How to modernly test things. So basically we have to do way too much paperwork. It's totally unequal of the price of the stuff we receive and exchange from the course. Which is something I really not like. And this is not the first math course to have done this. Which really annoys me, because I thought, well, maybe this one's gonna be different, you know? There's a different person in charge of it and everything, and the person seemed quite okay so far. In the beginning, but over time, you know, just that, yeah, they haven't understand the system they are using, or they intentionally misinformed the students for some reason that I cannot really understand. It makes no sense. That they intentionally misinform the students. Or not misinform, but just... it's like the people don't want to do things the way they're supposed to, you know? I'd like my physics thing way better. The physics department, they really found a good
One more for the collection.
yeah, a good balance. They found a good balance between modern technology,
To your bloody orders.
the traditional learning methods and
Thanks.
everything.
Kenway, isn't it?
So,
I'm with you.
you know, for example, math actually wants you to upload. The math department wants you to upload the entire homework assessment, and they put the homework assessment at the so they uploaded we have due to Corona we have a digital specimen. So they uploaded a page that said, well, it's just a test to see how we can upload you know, your homework assignments, so we can upload assignments. Well, I said, alright, that's a good one. But then nothing, and it turns out that they are using the assignments part of the system that has no one used before, and that was never mentioned in the text they uploaded whatsoever. So I didn't do the first assignment. And I don't think I'm going to do the second one. And I don't think I'm going to do, yeah. Just out of the principle that I don't like to be, you know, toyed with? Or, you know, in Germany we have a pretty good word for that. It means verarscht. And I feel pretty verarscht by them. Because they, like I said, they intentionally misinformed us. I mean, that must have been obvious that when you upload a PDF document that says, well, this is just a test how to upload assignments, then you think, well, the assignments will be uploaded the same way, which would kind of, you know, make sense. But they didn't get the memo about stuff that makes sense. I mean, they didn't make sense before. And yeah, so they have just confirmed me that the way they treated me. They've just confirmed that I don't want anything to do with the math department of the university anymore. So, you know, I mean, it would be just a small thing if it was the first time stuff like that happened, but it isn't. In the other course, they have continuously verarscht me over and over and over again. So it's not the first time this has happened. It's the first time this has happened in the course, but it's the first bloody impression they gave me of this course. So yeah, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna contact the professor and tell him that I do not like the way that happened, and that I had no idea where it was, and that's why I didn't do the first one, and and that from my point of view, compared to my other courses, which give me more points in the overall for my overall study topic. I have really no idea what you know. So basically, this is my my minor, and my major does, you know, it's unequal. I have to do for my minor. I have to do like twice, a third the time I have to do for my major. My major is mostly about understanding the part, and then they just test if you have understand the part, and if you have, that's great. But math, my minor math, everything is about doing this written stuff that, to be honest, you know, you don't feel motivated to do stuff like that. So I think we're going to do the last mission in the next video, because wanted to do the thing on gold before we start. But you know, it's the second course and it's already out of proportion again. There was a very big problem with the first one, which is why I initially wanted to change them. But I said, well, but that could just be this one. I'll give it another chance. I can't change it between semesters. I have to wait for I can because the thing is the change is only once a year, so every 2 semesters, not every semester. So I have to do it another semester anyway. So let's just see how it goes, you know, and get another impression of it. And that was already a bad one. It is out of proportion compared to the other one. It has less to do with learning and more to do with doing, which was a problem that math had already had in school for me. But let's listen to... No, I want to complete the thing I'm saying. But I thought, well, I've always been interested in math, and I've always been not the worst in the subject, so I thought, well, maybe this is something that it also is a good combination with my major, so to take it as minor would work good, and the application at the university is not that difficult. And I would have to do other complicated stuff for the other one, although I enjoy it more. But the other one would be work. I knew that would be work. So I want to change to English, and I know that English is a lot of work, but I'm fine with that because the work in English. I mean, there's not much that they can teach us in English anymore. About the language, except making us practice it day and day and day, and become fluent in it and stuff like that. So, that would make absolutely sense to do stuff like that. But math, they just send you stuff to do. You know, like, well, prove this, prove that. Yeah. And we're not going to do it anymore. The Garcia Marquez thing. Just do this, do that, prove this, and we'll see. You know, why it has anything to do with what we're supposed to do or stuff like that. It's basically there hasn't been no introduction to the topic at all. There have been a few videos, but nothing. I have nothing to read. You know, normally I would want more videos, but the way the videos have been uploaded, it's so unprofessional. Why is everyone so incompetent when it comes to uploading videos? Just upload the videos in the bloody folder. So there's the resources part that is just meant. Just upload the videos there. It's bloody MP4 data. Just upload the video as an MP4 data. Put it in the folder where everyone looks, you know. And don't upload it on any platform or anything. That's not how you do it professionally. You don't do it on another platform. So students have to memorize and save. I already have to save like so many websites for this. This is, I mean, I have to memorize 2 database websites just so I can get the material. That is very unprofessional from the university. You don't use 2 different websites for that. I mean, they access the same database. The university has like 12 websites. They all use the same database. But you can only access certain parts of the database from a certain website, which is so nuts. Just do it in one central website. Bloody hell. University. You have the resources to do that. It's not like your school where the entire website has to be done and operated by one overworked teacher. No, your university, you have a bloody computer department. Alright? Bloody hell. This is not very hard. Just do it once and for all. And it feels like they are all from different ages of the internet. There are websites that are as old as I am, and then there are websites that are 2 years old or so, but they don't work like they are this young. It's a bloody mess. And the way that that there are no central rules or anything, that everyone wants to do it their own way. Bloody hell. Yeah, I am really for everyone to do it their own way and teach their own way. Do it. But don't let everyone do their own thing, and don't have a central way to access the information. So it's just an organization thing. You know? Let everyone teach their own way. But teaching and test if the students have understood what you are teaching them. These are two different things. Always test in a modern way that fits the circumstances. And that's equal to the work the students have to put in. You know, if the students have to learn a lot, don't make them write a lot. Because that is just... it's demotivating. It's the first stuff that you learn when you want to become a teacher. How to motivate students, or how to not demotivate students would be more important, actually. Yeah, so most students are very, very motivated when we start into because we ourselves decided to do this. We wanted to learn this. We decided, well, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a physicist. I want to be a technician. I wanted to build cars. And so on. I want to become a doctor. We decided to do that. Alright? So we are interested in that kind of stuff. So support us in that. That is your job. We are already very motivated to learn for that. So all you have to do is to not demotivate us, and we'll keep doing it. But if my minor gives me, I don't know, 10 hours of work, you know, if I already have to put in 5 hours or so into my major, then it's way out of proportion. I mean, I should put more work into my major, but nowadays the way that the information is presented to us in the major is not done very well. So basically all sources or resources that we have is a very, very badly written book. So it's a book that how do I compare it? I really would like to have a good analogy. One that's easily understandable. It's a lot like Star Wars Episode 8. Star Wars Episode 8 is a movie that has a lot of good singular aspects. But in the overall picture, it's terrible. So the way that Episode 8 looks is great. The way that single moves are executed are very good, you know? The entire the entire Rey gets to see Snoke in the throne room. Rey and Kylo trick Snoke. That's very well executed. It just doesn't work if you have Episode 7. I mean, if Episode 8 would have been the first one, it wouldn't have been nearly as terrible. But although your parents were nobody thing, all that doesn't work in comparison with Episode 7. In the big picture, it doesn't work. The same thing with the whole thing is... the whole thing is just bad, and the Cantobite thing is just even more bad. But yeah, and the way they treat Luke's character, it's also bad. So, you know, most things are just bad about the movie. But the overall single ideas are not terrible. They are just terrible in the big picture. Luke's arc is just bad because Luke's arc in episode 4, 5, and 6 was completely different from the one he has in 8. And in 9, by the way. So, you know, that's why it's bad. It wouldn't be bad if it wasn't for the history. The same thing counts for basically everything concerning the Rey character. So that portion of the movie was not terrible. The way that Poe stood against Holdo was very well done. You know? So, our hero is someone that we see, Poe is presented as someone who doesn't care about ranks or anything. He just cares about doing what he believes is right and what he believes should be done and everything. That's the way he is presented in the movie. Yeah? In both movies, actually. So he's very loyal to his friends, and he always is represented as a loyal person. A person that is loyal to his friends. So that you can think, you can easily draw that from he's loyal to his friends. So obviously, there is some of friends that are loyal to him. So mutiny is something that is totally possible for him because he has a bunch of very loyal people with him. So that's nice. That's easily drawable, and the fact that he's willing to stand against a leader who has done a terrible job, has done a terrible job and really, and to stay against a leader who has basically signed their death treaty. That was actually a well done plot. Up until the end, where Leia stood with Holdo. That made no sense. It destroyed the entire purpose of the arc. It was the only reason I can think of they've done it this way is feminism. It's the only thing that, from my point of view, makes sense, because everything else up to this point clearly showed that Holdo is bad. So I feel pretty sorry for Laura Dern, by the way. Phenomenal actress. Didn't deserve the hate she got for playing Holdo. Holdo deserves a lot of hate. Laura Dern is not one of them. The same thing counts for basically all the people involved. No hate towards the actors. No hate towards Daisy Ridley. She played Rey wonderful. No hate towards John Boyega. He's a hardcore Star Wars fan who really has dived into the fandom after he got the Finn part. He has watched all the movies, all the TV shows. He really knows his Star Wars. I wanted to say the character. Rose Tycho. Absolutely terrible character. Kelly Marie Tran, lovely person. You can basically say for everyone else. Oscar Isaac. A very funny guy. Very boring character. And so on. And so on. And so on. Lupita Nyong'o. Very good actress. Very underused character. And there we just had a glitch. You can say there's everything. You can say it's about everything. And the book that I have as a resource in physics, I know this was all about physics. It's just like that. At the core, it has basically all the topics that we are supposed to learn I think we have experimental physics right now. I have really no idea. But basically covers all the important topics of experimental physics, which is very great. It's just that it's filled with a buttload of unnecessary, stupid things. That the amount of work you have to put in to find the good and important information in there is very hard in the way it's written. It's terrible. It's really like taking everything bad from Shakespeare, which was not much, but I wanted to say they overindulged in all the things that were bad about all the great writers of the past. So the writing style has become very boring and bad and uninformative and stuff like that. So it's really unpleasant to read the book and to get the information from there. It's just more work than it should be. Which is the reason I only do the tests. And might not do that well on the tests because I have no idea about what they are. But from the way the tests work and from the way I do in these tests, I can mostly I can learn from that. For me it worked better. But for math, it's not like that. I don't even have proper resources to inform myself. All I have are links to, well, there should be videos somewhere on the internet. What the hell? What kind of information is there? Well, there are videos on the internet. You can watch them. Maybe I should watch them before I judge them. But just the way everything is presented, it's just a bad first impression. And you don't get a second chance on the first impression. And yeah, it was just really bad. My experience with the math department is really, really bad. No? It's really bad. It's like they don't understand math, as stupid as it sounds, or general logic. They have their own wicked deviation of math that has nothing to do with the math that you've learned in school. So basically, from their point of view, they're trying to make us think more abstract. So when I come in there and they tell me about stuff like that, and the way they explained it is just, what the fucking hell? That is not abstract, that's just stupid. It makes no sense. You're basically just defining stuff. Because you can, not because you want to have a purpose with it. The defining is stupid because we already have defined stuff that's more easy to understand. It's stuff that little children can understand in the first, second, third grade. That explains more at once, but nevertheless, you want to redefine it so it explains less, it's harder to understand. That makes no sense, bloody hell. It's like they lost common sense and logic and just do stuff that is just... It's basically like, well, they say 0 is a natural number, which it is not, by fact, because that has been proven by mathematicians a few years ago. 0 is not a number. Numbers are defined by the fact that you can divide number by itself and it turns out 1. That's how numbers are defined, if I remember correctly. Or they used to be defined by that. I don't know. Yeah, you can't do that with a 0, so... yeah. That's how numbers are defined, and I think math, I don't know if it is numbers, the stuff Or terms? I have no idea. I don't even think terms is the right word to use in that case in English. You know, terms is translated Bedingungen in Germany. We have a word, Terme, that's basically written the same. So it's very confusing. Yeah. However, that's an important part about numbers, and you know that all natural numbers, the natural numbers are defined via prime factor dividing. I hope that this is a real word. However, you know, you have these prime numbers, which are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and so on and so on. So, natural numbers consist of prime numbers, 1, numbers that consist out of different prime numbers. So, you have the 6. The 6 is just 2 times 3. You have the 8. The 8 is just 2 times 2 times 2. So, the 8 consists out of prime numbers. Or you have the 9. The 9 consists out of 3 times 3. You have the 11. The 11 is a prime number. 10 consists out of 2 times 5. And so on. So that's how natural numbers are defined. Well, can't do that with 0. Can't divide by 0. Which is a very important thing because it's not a normal number. You cannot use it as a normal number. It's like defining infinity as a normal number. Makes no sense. So basically 0 and infinity are no numbers. However, they are useful tools in mathematics, but they are not numbers. It's stuff that you learn in school, at least if you go to good school. Which is no fun or anything, and you learn only the high grades, but it is important in math that you learn this at some point. Alright? Basically, when it comes to the Lemus calculations, if you have not learned it by then, boy, you're in trouble. Because it's an essential part of math. And, you know, it's like forgetting to teach you that you can add things, you know? Like, you have 1 plus 1 equals 2, and just they forgot to teach you the plus part. So if 1 something 1 equals 2. That won't make no sense. You couldn't do math without it. The same thing. It's basically the same thing, just with higher mathematics. And it's little things like that, and the big ways like that, that they don't take critique from, you know, first semester students because we have no idea about math. Well, I don't have, but I've had a teacher that has had an advanced degree in math. No, wait, I might be confusing the teachers right now. I think the one I had advanced at a PhD in physics, not math. No. However, it was a person, very unique person with a smoking problem and a coffee problem. However, and not the best teacher, but a person that knew mathematics better than anyone I've ever met. A real genius when it came to mathematics. The day this person decided to become a teacher, instead of someone who tries to, instead of a real mathematician that works at a university and tries to advance accurate mathematics, math has lost something. Really. Really great mathematician. Also very, very good physicist, but math was always more of my teacher's thing than physics. But you know. So yeah. You know? That has been my experience with stuff like this so far. And I know this video has... It's way longer than it should be. But I'm fine with that. Even though it takes up a lot of space on hard drives, I don't care. This was just important for me to just speak of my mind one time. You know? So studying is really an interesting thing, because it's very improvable. Though the way that things work today is like, you are on your own. Basically everyone wants to make you, force you to be on your own. Which is so stupid! I mean, the entire humankind has become so dominant because of our social strength combined with our great intelligence. Because one person cannot come up with all the solutions. But together, we can find a solution for basically anything. You see? Strength by numbers. So, yeah. Why is our society so forced on people becoming independent and forcing them to become more distant? You know? It just, for people that are hard to motivate, like myself, it's really hard to get me to do stuff that I'm not motivated for. This is very bad. Because I am not motivated enough to really start myself reading into stuff like this. You know? It really gets me, really doesn't get me motivated enough to, yeah. To read myself into this and to learn it out one by one. It's really hard. When I do it, I succeed very well. As was proven by me. It's just hard to do. Alright? I'm a very lazy person. I'm a person that thinks fun and free time it should be the highest order of someone's life. It should be the highest good you have. You know? If you want to be spending time. Yeah. You know? Fun and free time should be everyone's biggest priority. That should be how things work. Because those are some of the things that we can control that create the value of a life. You know, the quality of life. This is the part that we can control that increases quality of life. Which is why it should be the highest priority. We cannot control love. But nevertheless, if you are in love, it's a very high priority, but you cannot force to fall in love. It's just something that happens. You know? However, you can actively do stuff that you enjoy. You can actively decide to do, alright, I want to do this, and if it is not fun, then I'm not going to do this. You can actively decide that, but you cannot actively decide, well, I want to be in love, so I'm gonna do this, and then I'm in love. No. That's not how it works. You know? So, yeah. Very philosophical, very ragey things in the end. All I wanted to do was to talk about how bad things have turned, how my first bit of experience was with a digital semester, or basically with studying at a university. It has had a very large plus side for me. got to meet a lot of interesting, unique, and very kind and inspiring and smart persons. There really has come a lot of good from it, but there also was a lot of bad things that have happened from it. You know, and we appreciate the good things less than we are mad about the bad things. It's an illusion within the human mind that psychologists, I think was psychologists, have been analyzing for a very long time. We always focus on the bad stuff because I think it's easier to see the bad things than to see the good. I don't know where it comes from. It's just stuff that humans do. I have no idea why, but you know, it happens. So that's a thing, I guess. And yeah. So, you know. Yeah. In conclusion, the way that people view each other and the way that we base our value or the value of the person that we listen to is just wrong. I may not be an expert in math, but if I have honest critique about the way they do things, then a professor, a teaching person, a role model, should always check on it. No, they should always see, alright, I have the hypothesis that they are wrong. So it is not my duty to prove that they are wrong, it is their duty to prove that they are right, because they are supposed to teach us things. It's not my duty to teach the professor how to teach us properly. That's not how things should work. That's not how things work. It should be his duty to prove me wrong, because I'm a student and I have to learn things. Alright? It's not he that has to learn things. He has already learned stuff. Or not in this case, apparently. Not since the 80s anyway. And this is, yeah, so this is, I really have no idea how things are gonna be. Oh, well, my voice. Wait a minute. Oh, that sounded weird. I was talking too long, too loud, I think. Oh boy. So yeah, that's not gonna fix today. All right. I'm gonna go rest after this. I'm gonna finish up. Yeah. This is just how things should be. You know? I really have no idea how things are gonna go if I cannot change my minor this easily. Because I really don't want to do math and I can honestly not think of anything else to do as a minor. Except for English, which I want to change it to. There's really nothing I can think of I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to teach others about for the rest of my life. I'm really interested in physics. It's gonna be hard and I'm gonna fail with physics from time to time. But it's worth it. You know? Math, on the other hand, is just... It's something I picked because it was a safe way to get into the university, and from what I was told, it's easier to change your minor when you're already part of the university than to try to initially get in with it. I don't know how it works, but when, you know, the corona stuff is over, I'm gonna go to university and inform myself about this. Because I really, really want to change it. Because I really found out that math is not for me. I know. If that is how math studying goes, then just something is wrong with the... I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's wrong with the world, but that's just simple stuff that you could fix, you know? It's not like defeating world hunger. That would take a lot more organization and cooperation and kindness and a lot of other things to do. But fixing how terrible the people are at math, so that the people that they're not terrible doing maths, but the people that do math are terrible people. Yeah, I think that is what I wanted to say. So yeah, that's way easier to fix. This is just bad. If the people that are supposed to be the elite in mathematics do not understand the basics, you know, then we are in big trouble. I do not think I am this much of a... most people mistake it, even, especially my father, by the way, that my critique towards other people is not saying that I could do better. In some cases, yes, I could do better, but not in the majority of things. However, I am capable of saying that they are doing it wrong. I am not capable of saying how they can do it perfectly right. I can only say what is wrong and what they need to change. And, you know, then they need to trial and error things. If the other thing is also not working, then try something else, and so on, until you find a better solution. A lot of people are capable of saying that someone is doing something wrong, based on basic human logic, you know? It's just that most people don't want to use it. It's not like they can't use it, they don't want to use it. Because then they have to realize a few things about themselves, about the way that nature works and everything. They don't want to, they would lose something if they would agree to this. Yeah. So I'm basically, I know myself quite well. I think I am lazy to up to a very, you know, probably bigger degree that I could realize about myself. I am intelligent if I want to be. The hard thing is just getting motivated to use my intelligence. I criticize a lot of people because I think that whenever something is going wrong and I have the capability to tell the person what's going wrong and the person has, and I think the person has the capability to change it, that it is my duty to tell the person. So, you know, basically if I meet you on the street and, I don't know, I see you are, I don't know, holding your phone the wrong way, you know, upside down or anything. Simple stuff like that. I will tell you, because I think it is a basic human capacity to hold your phone right. Stuff like that. Yeah? That also goes for complicated topics. As I've said, I'm maybe not an expert in stuff like that. I'm maybe not an expert in phone holding. But I know that holding a phone upside down, that's not a good thing. So I will tell you, and I would hope that you take this as honest, productive criticism, so it would improve your behavior. Because from my point of view, it would do you better. If you have a good point that proves to me that you are, that is indeed a thing that you're holding your phone wrong, the wrong way, not wrong way, upside down, then maybe I'll change my behavior, because you've proven to me that you're not doing anything wrong, so I don't have to correct you. So, yeah. It's just that most people don't want to do this part. All they say is, stop criticizing me, you don't know better. Well, but they can't prove that I don't know better. Especially my father. It's a very strong thing that happens with the two of us. He thinks I'm not supposed to say this stupid thing. Things I have no idea about. Well, here's the thing. In most cases, I think, from my point of view, I know more about the topic than he does. So, he should better be shutting up. Because he clearly has no idea what he's talking about. You know? I may be saying a lot of things that are just half true, because I only know half of the truth. And I add the rest of the things I'm telling based on the most likely connections. But what he says is just wrong. Sometimes. Not all the times. A lot of things that he knows more about than I do. And I'm fine with that. But I know that these are the topics he knows more about. But it's just that he won't accept that there are areas that I know better than he does. Except when it comes to stuff that's in school. Then, yeah, no. My parents can't remember anything they had in school. Nothing. They can remember a lot of their classmates and their teachers, but the stuff they learned in school, forget it. They can't remember a thing. So as an example, my mom had French up until she graduated from school. Since the beginning it was available for, I don't know, back then I think she started 7th grade, 8th grade, 5th grade, I have no idea. But even when I was in my first year of learning French, she was unable to help me with my homework because she had no idea anymore about French. So yeah. And this is yeah. It's just a thing they have, and combine that. Well, with mother it's not that bad, you know, because I think it's one of the few, if not the only bad thing about her. But my father, he has a lot of other not great sides that just are easily combined with this. And, you know, that makes him a very difficult person. That I have no idea, he's very social with others. It's like he has a lot of good friends or acquaintances and stuff that he can really talk with good. And there are a lot of people that congratulate him to his birthday and everything. But when but with me, no. Either we share the same opinion, then everything's great, or we don't share the same opinion, then he has this undivertingly unexplainable drive to destroy me, insult me, and do a lot of other stuff that is really not good parenting, sorry, but to insult your children, that's not how you solve a problem. It's just hurtful and exhausting if done over and over again, and is not, you know, proven anything. If anything, I've proven wrong about the things he is insulting me with, but he doesn't see that. So, you know, I really try my best, and I do say try, Because I know, do or do not, there is no try now. Well, in that case, there's try. It's, you know, I know that I work. In that case, there is try, because even if I fail, I expect to fail, but even if I fail, I feel better that knowing I have at least tried, than knowing that I can't change them and don't try at all. So yeah. And by the way, because we were about the self thing a few minutes ago, I know myself very well. I'm lazy. I'm more intelligent than the average person. If supported the right way, I probably would have turned out to be hyper intelligent or superior intelligent. I have no idea how it's called in English and German. It's called hochbegabt. I was at the board of it. If supported properly, it could have my intentions could have probably turned out that way, but my parents didn't want to, I didn't want to, so we didn't do it. There was something important I wanted to say about myself. I try not to worry about things, because when I start to worry about things, they really get to me. And I've had a problem with fear a long time ago as a child. I had a lot of bad dreams for a long time. Because I think I have a problem with my subconscious. Whenever I think about something subconsciously, it becomes a problem. So, you know, basically my subconscious reinforced, I had one bad dream, so subconsciously reinforced bad dreams. Up until the point where I built a dream kit, because after that I had only had one nightmare, and I've over a decade ago. Just because I believed that it would help me, and so it did, because I control subconsciously, you control your dreams. So if you think you cannot get nightmares, you won't get nightmares. Stuff like that as a child. And yeah, that is the reason I really try not to worry, because if I start to, it prevents me from seeing all the good that is around me. From all the fun things I could do. It would prevent me from helping others, from helping my friends. If I could, I'd do basically anything for my friends. I don't have many friends. But the ones I have a lot of good acquaintances, but I only have 3 persons I would honestly call my deepest and best friends. Because I'm so close with them, I would share anything with them. You know, and I am all close with them in very different ways. Some of you have I've already had stuff to do with Calipat. My best friend. Oh, the system check from my security after my security program. It's checking if I have any viruses on my computer. It's always Thursdays 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 a.m. So our friendship goes way back. We had a very not that much connecting start. We weren't really friends up until 3rd grade. We punched each other, so we really had like physical fights in the 3rd grade. But after we made up, we became best friends. Especially because we stayed in contact after I moved away from elementary school. And because he lived around in my grandparents, so, you know. And over the course of time, we've just become best friends because I don't know why. I just know that it is, and I'm very glad about it. I'm very, very glad about the fact that Calipad is my best friend. My oldest friend, Beep, whose name, by the way, I'm going to reveal in the first part of episode of Soul Silver, so check it out once it comes out. I can't remember the time where we weren't friends. So, yeah. I can remember, however, how the times were that we had no contact in my life. And at that time, I only had Calipad as a really good friend, as one that really did not, make bad jokes about me or anything. That I would say, without a second thought, I'd support him with everything I can do. And I am unimaginably glad that Beep is in my life now, again. And I really hate that we have not that much contact. I really, really would love to change that. I really would love to change this. I would want to spend one day a week with Beep, if I could. Just because I missed her for years. But I know it's not possible. I spend a lot of time with Calipad, speaking, and we're fine with that. There are a few things we would want to do in person, but most of the things we can do via Discord. By the way, join the Discord. After 45 minutes of free talk, that's the best thing to do. Yeah. So with Beep, it's a whole different thing. When we're children, I think when we're children, I mean little children, we became basically like siblings. I mean, I think I'm a bit closer to Beep than I am to my sister. So, that says something. And it's always been like that we could tell each other everything without fearing that the other one will do something against it. I have no idea how that friendship originated, because I cannot remember the time we met. I can only remember back to the time where I already was friends with Beep. So that's like, I have no idea how we became friends. But we became friends at a very, very young age. And I know that I had a few difficult times with Beep's mother. Well, it was always the most difficult thing about my friendship with Beep. Her mother, we weren't the best friends, we've had a few fights. But nevertheless, I'm really thankful for her. I know that she and Beep, they have a really, really complicated relationship. I know that they have a lot of discussions, but nevertheless, I know that no matter what, that they love each other. I've seen it so many times, and I am so sure about it. And I know that no matter what, she and I would do the basically anything for Beep. I really honestly, yeah, we are very close, and we can tell each other everything. And that originated somewhere when we started to go to school. we don't even share a lot of interests together. We never have, if I think back. But, you know, now we're just connected by the fact that we are so good friends. This sounds so stupid, but it just like is. I know I could tell her everything without a second thought. And I'm just thankful for it. And that we would support each other in any way possible. Just like that. It's just because we know each other so long. You know? Beep is just a person. One day we met after university. I had really an exhausting day at university. And honestly, we just wanted to do something. We just wanted to see each other. So all we did was, she lied on her bed and I lied on the floor, on the ground, because I'm very tall. And the room is not designed for a very tall person to just sit somewhere or lie somewhere else than on the ground. It just is that way. It has always been like that. And we just lied around and talked for hours. We did nothing else. Just lied around and spent time together and chilled and talked about important things, not important things. And it was just a great time. And honestly, if we could do the same during Corona, I'd do it in a moment. I mean, I think, yeah. If we had better internet, we probably would do this more often. You know, we could just both lie on our beds and just talk via internet, so... Even if there's not much to talk about. I'm very thankful for this, and I haven't said it enough, I think, and... Friends are very important. If you have a few good friends, keep them close to your heart. And I never forgot one of my friends. My friends were always very important to me. And I still can remember every one of them. At least their faces. From some of them, I met them at an age where I can barely remember anything from. So I cannot remember their name. And I think this is one person, and I feel very sorry for it. But to be honest, I can basically remember nothing from that time. So the only thing I remember from that time is that one of my friends moved. And she gave me a picture so I wouldn't forget her. And I still have the picture, and I still haven't forgotten her. This is one of my earliest memories. And I know that Beep was there too, because I showed Beep the picture and told her that I will not forget the other friend and stuff. So yeah. That's just how things were now. And then there's the third person, my artist, which is really how I would like to call her from now on. And so yeah. The artist and I became friends someone during the 7th grade and the 9th grade. At the end of the 9th grade, we were friends. Fun fact, I have never been... Alright people, the video is not complete. My PC crashed about a minute after this, and therefore I could not complete the video. I said a lot about artist in it and in the last part, but I'm really glad that so many of the data is intact. I poured out my heart, and it's very, yeah, I can't find words for it, but I won't recreate it. Just, no, none of the video is supposed to be on time. And, yeah. So, the moment that PC crashed, that was really... I'm just glad that so much of the data is working, and it was really hard to get here to get it working, and I want to have a way out for you, so if you really watched the entire 1 hour and a half basically. So yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you liked it, even though there was basically an hour real talk in it and just 25 minutes of gameplay, but you know, Assassin's Creed 4 is just the game where I get philosophical. It's not the first time this has happened. It has happened multiple times in the German Season 2. I think it already happened once or twice in Season 3, so you know, who knows. Yeah. I'm just really glad that you get this now, and that so much is intact. So I hope you liked the video. Leave a comment, rate the video. May the force be with you, and bye.